Sup, nerds, and welcome back to Mind Over Magic. Last we left off, the fog had been pushing in constantly, but we managed to get ourselves a foothold with food, rest, storage, a real workshop, and even a classroom. Now we've brought in our first students, and we're ready to start truly exploring this world. I did play a little bit on my own and figured a few things out. I see how I could have had a honestly much cleaner start, but with where we are, this is where we're going from. So off we go. The first thing we have to do is get a ritual to push the fog out. Now, I would love a superior, so let's see if we get these gut berries, if that will be enough to trigger that. A couple more gut berries. What are we short? We're short by one. Is there one more gut berry hiding around somewhere? No. Okay, that's unfortunate, but we will push on through for now, and once we push the fog out again, we will just get a focus on getting enough gut berries to start doing superior rituals. We'll begin this, get this going before everyone's asleep. With a student, students can do a lot of hauling, they can do tending plants that are growing, and they can do a lot in the realm of taking care of any animals that we capture over time. So we've got some gutberry out there that we're getting. Excellent. We also, I'm going to grab these smoke reeds while we're here. A phoenix kiss is ready. Hopefully that'll get grabbed. Quinn's going to do a lot of this while we're sleeping. So we'll harvest all that. And Quinn's making as much food as possible. We're trying to get a backlog of food. I would like to have a gutberry soup, like 2 gutberry soups per person who eats them, 2 carcass stews per person who eats them, and just kind of keep that back stock going. Alright, so our next steps are going to be expansion. By necessity, we really need to start expanding this area out. This needs to be moved back into that corner instead. Looks like that will be done. And we're going to throw a roof on, or a little floor on top of our bedroom here. Because now with a class, we're going to start bringing in some new students. We've got a water wand and a dark wand, so we need to bring in yes, we've got one of each. I would like also, now that we're starting to get to the point where we can think about this kind of thing, we need an air wand, we need a lightning wand. We've got earth, we've got dark, we've got water, and we need a fire wand. So, just one of each, get a student of every type going. Not all of them will likely become staff because there are some elements to graduation costs and the like, but for now we can do that. We've got our room built up here. Let's get a door now that the arcade secretary has been moved, and we'll go ahead and get this room built. I'll be back in 1 second. We have our new room built. We're going to work on getting a little more luxury in there, move the torches around. We've set Quinn, the founder of the school, who better to be teaching. For basic classes, Quinn is a great teacher. He's maybe not the fastest, but since he's just kind of a dog's body, a general gopher for everything, he's going to do very well with that. We're going to start bringing in new students, and we're going to need room for them. So actually, we're going to turn this room up here into our new bedroom. If we're going to add 3 more students, let's make sure we have 3 more beds. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and extend this floor out and show something else that this game could do. So, rooms can extend past the foundation. Often that's very good for cases like this, where you just want to make more places for people to live, or so on. We also are coming to the end of the day and need to get our ritual going. So let's see if we got enough gut berries. We are planting some gut berries over here. That will help. We are short on gut berries, which, yeah, that makes sense right now. So once we get the gut berries planted, once we get everything worked out, we're just doing a lot right now, and it's making it hard to get anything in particular done, which is an unfortunately common problem with this kind of game. We can't do a superior, but we do need to repel this fog as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, the kids are eating the berries. Okay, well, it's going to push in right up to the edge here. That's fine. It might do some damage to that fountain, or those floors we just set. We'll find out soon enough. But it should be a free pushback once it gets there, so it's not the end of the world. Feels like we are constantly fighting back against that, so, let's see, we'll go ahead and put a hallway in for now. Just so we can get there and put more there. Yep, so the fog pushes in, it starts consuming the very edge of our school. It is absolutely time to repel it immediately. Off we go, everyone. Shouldn't take too long once it's actually touching the school itself. Yeah, so we lost a couple of the gut berry planters, and you can see everything that got consumed took some damage. It's not too bad, but the fog is bad for us. We're just going to repel the fog one more time. We've got another rift appearing. We'll deal with that soon. It's got a lesser chest smasher, so it's not the worst one in the world, but we also have our new student, Lightning. Please welcome Chris. Another Vivified. We must be doing some kind of Vivified recruitment campaign. Some more Phoenix Kisses that we want. We need more stone. So it's just going to be kind of this method of trying to push out and make sure that we get gut berries growing, and trying to really get to the point where we can do a superior repel fog. Once we do that, things should be in line. Chest Smasher's coming in 45 minutes. I'm sorry to wake everyone up, but we've got to. It's just two Chest Smashers. They're weak to Earth. Heather should do a number on them. But let's deal with this problem before it becomes worse. Alright, we're gonna Surging Strength the back line. Actually, they're both in a line, so we'll just hit them with that. Heather's gonna smash. People have gotten pretty much healed up. That medical bed really, really helps, it turns out. Okay, so water magic. As we can see, there's more spells coming as our students are learning more, which is great. We're going to go ahead and not... Dark magic often costs health, so we're just not going to have Brett do anything that's going to hurt them right now. Instead, just wrap this up. Excellent, some more experience for the kids. Everybody's going to go ahead and take a nap immediately. Burn down that tree, which is leveling up fire. So, hey. What is that? A fog incarnation is approaching your school. I've never seen this. Will invade a room once it reaches the school. Hunt progress will damage the enemies in battle. Huntable by multiple mages. Requires one fire to hunt and gives a whole bunch of great stuff. Sinew, viscera, eyeballs, and mana crystals, which those are going to be very valuable soon. As soon as everybody's up and hunting... Okay, I understand why you're all asleep. This is priority. I don't want this thing in the school. Let's do as much damage as possible before it becomes a true battle. Alright, here we go. Severe damage to a room if not defeated in 5 days. Leave the damage 20%. Okay, now we'll only get 5 sinew when we do the fight. Still, worth it. Let's keep bumping Anders and Brett up. Oh, held one. What are you weak to? You're weak to air. So actually, we don't have our air student yet. We'll just go with this. Level 9. Oof. But if we don't do it, Chris is trapped, so we've got to do this. So you can see the battles start getting pretty intense pretty quickly in this mode. We're going to drop a growth. Actually, this is going to take a few turns, so we'll buff our strength up. And we're going to have Heather here tank for a little bit. With some armor, that should help. Oh, water's gonna go ahead and go for the front line. That makes sense. We'll reduce our power and speed. We will... Shadow Cloak is useful, and it reduces the cost of the Tentacle Sweep, but I think we just need to slam for as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible here. We'll drop a growth for a dot effect. Now that that's buffed up, we'll smash. Gonna have them swap places since Heather has the taunt effect. And we're going to see if we can't debuff a little further. Yes, it does stack. Cool. The armor absorbed that. We're just going to do one more tentacle sweep at the front line. Eventually we'll move Heather back, but I think this is basically done at this point. Yeah, with the extra damage from the thorns, we cleared that. So, off we go. Everybody took a lot of damage. We're going to see a lot of students spending a lot of time resting, but we've got to get this work done. So, we'll get some more gutberry planters going. And we'll get some bitter rice as soon as we can as well. We just need more rock. Bitter rice is a great food source. It's better, really, than gutberries. So once we have it, people will stop eating gutberries in favor of it, which is what I would like at this point. And do 3 of each for these early stages. We've got more gutberries there. Do we have enough to do any kind of... We just need one more gutberry. No, we only have one, so yeah, okay. I'm worried about the fog coming in and immediately undoing everything we're doing here. Oh, here's some more. Okay, so we can push it back a little more. We'll just do that for now. Our food stores are starting to look good. And this will keep the fog from damaging the plots we're putting down, which is a big part of the reason why. Alright, so we're just gonna spend some time working on this. I'll try to get the bedroom expanded, and I'll be back as soon as we're up to something interesting. Okay, we now have enough gutberries to do a superior repel, and so one big difference in these is that they require a student. So we'll toss Chris in there, since Chris is new. We'll get our 2 teachers to assist. Quinn's going to keep teaching in the meantime. And instead of 10 repel each, we're doing 30 repel each. So it's 3 times as strong. It's about 3 times as expensive. And we're going to see a lot of the fog pushback. So start that ritual, get everyone in, and we'll pull back just so we can see how far back this fog goes. Ritual's about to start. There we go. So that gives us about 2 days of breathing room where we don't have to worry about it. We'll grab everything we can from nearby and just keep proceeding forward. Get some rock and stone. Some wood. These bristle cones, so as we're expanding out, we're unlocking new things. We have bristle cones, we have mandrakes, we have some honey drop bushes, and a new type of animal called the crowas, which will come over and eat our food if we're not careful and quick about it. Eventually, we'll get technology to help with that. We have a possible break risk. Heather, how are you doing? What's up? What's making you so upset? You're very tired and craving recreation, and you want to share a bedroom with your friend. Well, let's make sure you're sharing a bedroom with your friend. Okay, you will be. Fog pushed in, but we can see how much more room we have now, which is great. Even when it comes back tomorrow, we still have a little breathing space. So, we'll go ahead and summon our next initiate. We'll do that in the morning. Everyone's so tired and so upset right now that I don't necessarily want to do that instantly. And I'm going to try to put all of these beds into one bedroom, so it will be 6 total. No, 7 total that we'll need with all the wands we have. Yeah. So let's go ahead and build a wall here now. Now that we're starting to stabilize a little. We'll go ahead and get the connecting to the existing room. Needs to be a little lower. I definitely made these walls very tall. We'll take this section down. Alright, and as the night cycle proceeds, we'll be back in the morning. Okay, morning's come, everyone's awake and grabbing their food. And the first thing once our teacher meals are finished is bringing in our next student. So we'll get our air mage. Growth plots also bring in food much faster than wild growth does, so we should see a significant uptick in cut berries, especially as people shift over to eating bitter rice. Alright, we've got our air mage, and we'll get our fire mage. We're starting to get our first students that are fully trained. That's what the star means. That means they have leveled up all their skills as much as possible. There's still the trials, and if there's anything that seems simple enough to do, like dancing as soon as we get the enchantophone, that'll happen. As soon and destroying objects, I can get that done. So we're not going to promote Anders yet. Brett has to do a lot of dancing, dance with friends, and clean a lot. So there's that. We'll prioritize cleaning on Brett real quick. We'll make you our main cleaner. Okay. Alright, and now we have David and Emery, another Wolfkin and a human, for our air and fire students that have just come in. Just expanding out this lower bedroom. We do have our 7 beds, so we just need to kind of move everything together. Eventually, I'll want to split student and staff bedrooms. We can demolish that. But for right now, this will do. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make... Oh, that's backwards. Make this our main bedroom. And it's big enough that we will definitely be able to expand out for quite a while. So you can see we've got a lot of room to expand even further. We've got a voyage room that popped up, probably in our medical room. Oh, this torch went out. Okay, the fog broke it. So clearly we need some time to do some repair work, some movements, so I'm going to give this a little breathing space and let our students and staff do what they need to do. Okay, we have a storm raging, and one thing we noticed from that is that the medical bed itself is taking some durability loss. One very important reason to put roofs on everything is that if you don't, rain in this game is very disastrous. So it's something that has to be dealt with. We have a corrupted mana lantern that's down here. So this is the game forcing us to head into the underschool, because otherwise all mages bearing tier 1 wands, which is everyone, starts taking a thrumming headache, which will cause some massive conviction loss. So we'll keep going. We're going to have Quinn prioritize these beds. And then we're going to have our students go down and fight this, or our teachers and some students go fight this battle. Weak to lightning, so I definitely want to bring my new lightning student in, who's already level 3 and has multiple... you can see here if they have tasks that need to happen in the bronze area, so he needs to overcome the burrower larva, which is deeper in, and needs to defeat an enemy party of at least this size without anybody going unconscious. So Chris here is gonna go ahead and replace our water mage, because we've got things weak to lightning, weak to dark, and weak to earth, so he's going to be very useful there. I'm going to put Heather up front. We'll begin. You might notice these potion slots, so we are going to have to really deal with that soon and try to see if we can get an alchemist station set up now that we have somebody pretty solid water mage who I'm going to try to promote soon. So they'll top off their mana. We'll head in. And the mana lantern is shielded at the moment. So lightning mages are interesting in that they can recharge the mana of others. While they're weak, it's not too much, but you know, it's something. And inspiration can be brutal for like a guaranteed critical hit against the Lantern Keeper. We're going to go ahead and inspire our Dark Mage here, which is Brett. Once I find Brett. That one's Brett. There we go. And see what we can get going. So we need to start chipping away at that shield. We'll do some swirling vines here. And with a guaranteed critical hit, we're just going to try to take out this Lantern Keeper right away. There we go. Earth armor on. Well, first we're going to swap these two around just slightly. Put earth armor on Heather. Tank it up. Alright. We're just going to have Chris start chipping away at the shield on the mana lantern. gets another turn because lightning mages are hasted and ridiculous. Lightning will also be great for catching up on research, so I'm looking forward to that. We can't swirling vines on both, so we're just going to go ahead and throw the thorns on, just in case this lasts more than one turn. Do double damage with the smash. Don't know what mana burst is yet. Make sure everyone's health is doing okay. They seem to be doing okay. Do some double damage. Keep chipping away at the mana lantern. Okay, so Chris is out of mana. That's probably the mana burst has something to do with that. Unfortunate, but we'll go ahead and try to take out this Lantern Keeper first. Oh, and it did hit that. Excellent. So that's the big threat gone. Lots of damage. Everyone will be okay. No one will go unconscious. Annabelle got close. Brett got close. Brett, you cannot attack. You do not have 46 health to give, so just stay safe. With that pass, recharge, double damage, and off we go. First, Under School Battle 1. I lost stone and iron for it, and we opened up this chamber, and now 3 new options to explore. You can see there's a lot of resources down here, but we are going to need to heal up before we really consider doing much more of that. Alright, next day, storms faded. We're getting this expansion built out right now. Did I make that one floor too high? I think I did. Don't love that. So instead, but we're not going to try to undo what we've done at this point. I'm going to embrace the wonkiness. We're going to need another wall there. And all the stone is going to be behind the fog or in the under school, so we'll just push out the fog. We'll get Emery in here this time to get some more experience. And we have plenty of resources for these early rituals now, so the fog should basically not threaten the school until we start getting the foundations pushed out. Not in any kind of serious way. So with the fog out now, we're going to... There's a honey drop, that's nice. That's going to be a very good food source in time. I'm not worried about gut roots anymore. We're growing so many of them now that has become less of an issue. Murky crystals here, when we mine them, they have resources inside, and I think often they are the ones that got consumed by the fog. So we can sort of reclaim anything we might have lost. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's how that one works. Yeah, we'll just focus on embracing our wonkiness here. We'll get the walls connected once more. Might have to adjust that roof a little bit. It looks like these are giving smoke pearls, actually, which... Yeah. Using recipes and for certain furnishings, so... Alright. So with our back stock of food grown, we now have enough bitter gruel for everyone. Next focus is going to be on entertainment. Yeah, like I said, we do have a solution for this silliness. We can just toss a stair right there, and we just will embrace that wonky shift. This game is not a game to play if you like neat, orderly laid out places. The design philosophy is very much the opposite of that. We are not going to have even roofs. We are not going to have buildings that make sense. At least, I'm not. With all the different keywords that we get, slanted rooms, for example, and others are so important to have. Rooms that are shifted and isolated in their own ways. Why is everybody eating gooseberries or gutberries? We should not let people eat gutberries anymore. Um, yeah. We also have 6 people that eat bitter gruel now, or 5 people that eat bitter gruel now. So I'm going to up this up to 10 and get a few more bitter rice points down. And then let's clear. Or we need to finish this. Fog came in. Not a threat. It'll come in tomorrow. Still not a threat. Idle students is not great, but once we have some rec time, that will clear itself up. I'm trying to understand why we aren't just finishing off this wall, but looks like we're mining first. Heather. Okay. All our students happily sleeping away. Alright, as our new day starts, we have a fungal bloom emerging, which will make nature mages stronger, earth mages weaker. We are going to go ahead and keep pushing on this initial construction and try to get our next couple rooms built, and what they are will make sense shortly. There's going to be some rearranging, there's going to be... Actually, let's do that real quick. I'll be right back once we have all this done. Alright, so that took a little longer than I thought, but we have made some leaps of progress here. First, we've taken this area, extended it out, and made it a nurse's office. Had to isolate it away from our scullery. We've moved our pot down here, and our workshop. So now people are getting a little bit of extra HP while resting. I believe it comes out to an extra 1.25% just for that being a nurse's office, and now we have 2 beds as well. This room, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet, but we have it as an option, and we have set our enchantathon down now, so students can have their proper dance parties. And teachers, so everybody can get their recreation needs met. We have our ritual sigil, so we can start doing some promotions and graduations, which will likely be what we start off our next episode with, is getting some more staff firm. But everything's looking good. We've got enough beds, we've got plenty of space here. Now we start making this school the best it can be. So thank you everyone for coming. Hope you enjoyed and have a good rest of your day.